So hello, welcome dito sa Module 17, no? Yung last module ng ating Introduction to Network course. Here we're going to discuss yung building a small network. Although some of topics na covered here, no, na-cover na natin sa mga nakalipas, no, na mga meetings, no. So the objective of this module daw is to identify the devices used in a small network, identify the protocols and application used in a small network, explain how a small network serves as the basis of larger networks, use the output of ping and tracer commands to verify connectivity and establish relative network performance. Use host and iOS commands to acquire information about devices in a network. Describe common network troubleshooting methodologies, troubleshoot issues with devices in the network. So devices in a small network. So lahat naman ng mga businesses ay nag-start sa small network. A small network design daw is usually simple to set up. Small network typically have a single wide area network connection provided by the DSL, cable, or Ethernet connection. So large networks naman, it requires an IT department to maintain, secure, troubleshoot network devices, and to protect organizational data. So sa mga maliliit na network, usually managed by a local IT technician, or sometimes yung company, since maliit, they contracted a professional which is hindi naman regular or permanent employee, for mga troubleshooting or other task. So like large network, small network requires planning and design to meet user requirements. So planning ensures that all requirements, cost factors, and deployment options are given due consideration. So one of the first design consideration is the type of intermediary devices used to support the network. So if you recall, intermediary devices, router, switches, firewall, access point. Factors that might be considered when selecting network devices includes, nangunguna nga rito yung cost, laging una yung cost dito. Syempre, if you wanted na napakaganda ng setup na pwedeng tumagal ng 5, 10 years, 15 years, and so on, of course, kailangan mabudgetan yan. Bibili tayo ng mga devices na kilala, yung vendor. Speed and type support interfaces, syempre sa panahon natin dapat sumasabay na tayo doon sa sa takbo ng technology. So kung dati may fast Ethernet which is 100 Mbps lang, sa panahon natin ngayon ang mga dapat nabili natin gigabit switch na. Okay, although wala pa namang 10 gigabit switch na mumurahing LAN card para sa mga PC, pero meron pong mga binibentang mga 10 gigabit switches na ang kapartner ng category 6 na UTP cable. Although yung pagdating sa LAN card na ikakabit nyo sa PC, meron namang mabibilhan na 10 gigabit, kaya lang syempre mahal yun. Or you may purchase a computer with built-in 10 Gbps LAN interface, para syempre kunyari ngayon 2022, makalipas ang 5 years, 10 years, yung speed mo ay pasok pa rin doon sa sa panahon, Expandability. So ibig sabihin is yung mga design natin, tayo ay sumusunod sa standard, standard design na hindi fixed network, Ibig sabihin is pwede tayo magdagdag ng mga segments sa network without impacting yung network performance. Operating system features and services. So when implementing a network, create an IP addressing scheme and use it, no? Ibig sabihin nito, pwedeng i-apply natin dito yung BLSM, no? Of course, lalagyan nyo na ng konting allowance or sobra, no, doon sa inyong plano, no. Dapat medyo na nakikita ninyo gaano karami ang idadagdag ng mga devices, no, in the future. All hosts and devices within an internet network must have unique address, no. Devices that will factor in the IP addressing scheme include the following, you know: end user devices, so the number and types of connection, wired, wireless, remote access, no, servers, no, and peripherals kagaya ng printers and security cameras, no, intermediary devices including switches and access point. So it is recommended that you plan, document, and maintain an IP addressing scheme based on device type. So pwede kayo mag-BLSM, kunyari IP address para sa mga security cameras, sa mga network printers, sa mga access point, no? So the use of a planned IP addressing scheme makes it easier to identify a type of device and to troubleshoot problem, no? Ibig sabihin dito, makita nyo lang yung IP address, alam nyo na kung anong group of devices siya, no? In order to maintain a high degree of reliability, redundancy is required in the network design. So redundancy helps to eliminate single point of failure. Redundancy can be accomplished by installing duplicate equipment. It can also be accomplished by supplying duplicate network links for critical areas, no? Of course, yung nakikita nyo rito, no, kunyari server. Itong server natin, merong multiple LAN card yan. Okay? Na nakalagay dyan for redundancy. So traffic management. So the goal for a good network design is to enhance the productivity of the employee and minimize network downtime. So the routers and switches in a small network should be configured to support real-time traffic such as voice and video in an appropriate manner relative to other data traffic. So may mga nabibili kasing mga devices, no, na kung saan ang pagse-setup ng QoS ay ano lang, parang magse-select ka lang doon sa box, no. Parang hindi naman siya drag and drop, no. So meron lang selection, no. Kunyari kapag ka voice, lalagay nyo high priority. Pagka na-detect niyang voice yan, ay nanguunahin niya i-process. Kapag video, no, medium priority. Kapag ka mga data, no, low priority. So such as voice, video in an appropriate manner relative to other data traffic, a good network design will implement quality of service. Priority queuing has 4 queues, no. The high priority queue is always emptied first, no. Gaya dito sa example natin, no. Small network applications and protocols. So after you have set up your network, no, still needs certain type of application and protocols in order to work. The network is only as useful as the application that are on it, no? So there are two forms of software program, no, or processes that provides access to the network. We have network application that implements application layer protocols and are able to communicate directly with the lower layer of the protocol stack. Application layer services for applications that are not network aware, no? The program that interface with the network and prepare the data for transfer. Network protocols support the application and services used by employee in a small network. Yan. So network administrator daw commonly require access, no, to network devices and servers. Ang common dito ay Telnet saka Secure Shell. Of course, advisable is to use Secure Shell for encryption, ano. Yung HTTP and HTTPS are used between web client and web servers. SMTP is used to send email, no? Post Office Protocol and IMAP are used by client to retrieve email. FTP and Secure FTP are used to download and upload files between a client and an FTP server. DHCP is used by the client to acquire an IP address configuration from the DHCP server. The domain name service resolve domain name to an IP address. Take note, a server could provide multiple network services. Yan. So, pwede kasi natin configure yung server natin, kunyari web server and DNS server. Yan. So, these network protocols comprise the fundamental toolset of a network professional, defining processes on either end of communication session, type of messages, syntax of the message, meaning or of informational fields, how messages are sent and expected response, interaction with the next lower layer. Many companies have established a policy of using a secure version of services, kunyari SSH, SFTP, HTTPS, of course, kasi nga alam naman natin na may vulnerability yung yung ibang protocol without security. So businesses today are increasingly using IP telephony and streaming media to communicate with customer and business partners, as well as enabling their employees to work remotely. The network administrator must ensure the proper equipment is installed in the network and that the network devices are configured to ensure priority delivery. The factors that a small network administrator must consider when supporting real-time application. Of course, yung infrastructure. Does it have the capacity and the capability to support real-time application? Voice over IP, typically less expensive than IP telephony, but at the cost of quality and features. IP telephony employs dedicated server forms, call, control, and signaling. So, real-time application, the network must support quality of service mechanism to minimize the latency issues. RTP and RTCP are the two protocols that support real-time application. So scaling to a larger network. So growth daw is a natural process for many small businesses. Of course, may mga long-term vision ng business and their network must grow accordingly. Ideally daw, the network administrator has enough lead time to make intelligent decision about growing the network in alignment with the growth of company. To scale a network, several elements are required. Dapat meron tayong network documentation. Yun nga yung floor plan natin kung paano na-layout yung mga cablings. Logical topology to summarize yung ating buong network. Device inventory, list of devices that use or comprise the network. Budget, itemized IT budget including fiscal year equipment purchasing budget. Traffic analysis, so protocols, application, and services and their respective traffic requirements should be documented. So these elements are used to inform the decision making that accompanies the scaling of small network. Protocol analysis. So it is important to understand the type of traffic that is crossing the network as well as the current traffic flow. There are several network management tools that can be used for these purposes. Kung familiar kayo sa MRTG, PRTG, Nagios, yun yung mga software na pwedeng gamitin to monitor yung network. So to determine traffic, traffic flow patterns, it is important to do the following. So you need to capture traffic during peak utilization time, to get a good representation of the different traffic types. So ibig sabihin, habang may mga nagtatrabaho, no, busy time, no, yan kayo magka-capture ng traffic. Perform the capture on different network segment. Kunyari kung naka BLSM, no, or naka subnet. Yan, per subnet kayo mag-capture ng traffic. Information gathered by the protocol analyzer is evaluated based on the source and destination of the traffic as well as the type of traffic being sent. Baka possible kasi makakita kayo ng traffic dyan na hindi kailangan, no? Kunyari may ma-access ng YouTube na hindi naman dapat, di ba? So this analysis can be used to make decision on how to manage the traffic more efficiently. So employee network utilization. Many operating system provides built-in tools to display such network utilization information. So these tools daw can be used to capture a snapshot of information such as the following: yung OS and OS version, CPU utilization, RAM utilization, yung hard drive utilization, non-network application and network application. Documenting a snapshot for employees in a small network over a period of time is very useful to identify evolving protocol requirements, no, associated traffic flows. So ibig sabihin dito natin malalaman kung yung bang computer is overutilized, no. Ibig sabihin baka bumabagal na siya, no, base doon sa mga services na naka-load sa kanya. So pwede kang mag-upgrade or mag-replace ng mga equipment, no. So verifying connectivity. So whether your network is small and new or you are scaling, no, an existing network, you will always want to be able to verify, no, that your components are properly connected to each other and to the internet. Yung ping command ang ginagamit natin, which is available on most operating system, is the most effective way to quickly test the layer 3 connectivity between the source and destination IP address. The ping command daw uses ICMP echo ping saka reply, no, messages. Yan ang format, no, ping tapos yung destination IP address. Of course, dapat ang magre-reply diyan yung mismong destination IP address. On the Windows 10 daw, no, the ping command sends 4 consecutive ICMP echo messages and expect 4 consecutive replies, no, from the destination. Sa iOS naman, ping sends 5 ICMP echo messages and display an indicator for each ICMP echo reply received. So meron tayong symbol na exclamation mark. It means reply yan, no? Exclamation mark indicates successful receipt of an echo reply message. It validates a layer 3 connection between source and destination. Itong period naman, no, means that time expired waiting for an echo reply message. This indicates a connectivity problem occurred somewhere along the path. Yung U, no, pag nakita kayo ng capital U or uppercase U, it indicates a router along the path responded with ICMP type 3 destination unreachable error message. Possible reason include the router does not know the direction to the destination network or it could not find the host on the destination network. Marami pa raw yan, yung mga elements, no, sa iOS, pero yun yung common nakikita natin. Pero pwede nyo i-research, no, yung Q, yung M, yung ampersand and so on. So Cisco iOS daw offers an extended mode of ping command, no? So tinatype lang natin yung word na ping without any IP address, no? Extended ping is entered in a privileged exec mode by typing ping. Kagaya niya pagka nag-type ka ng ping, so ito ay ina-assure lang niya na IP yung iyong ipiping, ano? So enter lang ang ita-type mo dito, Tapos hingang ka ng target IP address. Repeat count, ibig sabihin ilang packet ang gusto mong ipadala, no? Yan, pwede nyo palitan yan, no? Lagay nyo ng value, kunyari 10,000, no? Yung size ng datagram 100 bytes and so on. Okay, so ito yung sample, ano? Source address or interface, kunyari source interface natin nun magagaling yung traffic natin pagka nag-ping. Yan. So try natin dito sa ating dito sa ating topology. So ping, enter, tapos target IP address 1.2. Kunyari 100, repeat count. Gusto ko 200. Enter, extended command, yes, no? Source address or interface. Halimbawa dito sa portion na ito, interface gigabit. Check natin kung tatanggapin ito. Gigabit Ethernet 01. Enter. So galing kasi ito sa internet, no? Galing sa internet 'yan, internet portion. Hindi talaga magre-reply po yung switch natin kasi naka-ano siya rito, naka-nut siya dito. Okay, pero buhay 'yan. Control Shift 6 if you want to gusto niyo putulin, no? Palitan natin. Oh, sorry. Ito yung mga value, no? Kunyari yung mga kung may QoS ba siya or something, ganyan. Yan. So ito yung result ng ating ping packet kasi local lang naman sila. Ito yun. So verifying connectivity with the trace route, no? Sa Windows, diba, trace cert ang ginagamit natin and then the destination IP address. It will display yung mga path na dinaanan natin papunta sa destination. So, syempre, depende po ito sa operating system, no? Sa Windows, trace cert. Sa Linux, trace route. Sa Cisco, iOS, ay trace route din yung command, no? Ito yung sample output, no, ng trace route natin. So meron din tayo tinatawag na extended trace route, no? So sa Cisco iOS kasi meron siyang support niya, no? Type nyo ng trace route and then the target IP address. Bahala kayo kung saan nyo isa-source, no? Okay. And so on. I-display niya yung path, no? Papunta sa destination. Nakaganda lang naman kasi nitong extended trace route is pwede nyo bago-baguhin, no? Yung source ng traffic, So, network baseline, no? One of the most effective tools daw for monitoring and troubleshooting network performance is to establish a network baseline, no? So, halimbawa, no, bagong setup yung network ninyo, then mag-capture na kayo ng mga packet, no? I-record niyo gaano kabilis yung return ng packet, no? Yun ay i-document ninyo para in the near future na kayo ay mag-audit uli ng inyong network, pwede i-compare, no? Ano na ba ang nangyari after ng ilang years, no, or months, bumagal ba yung network or ganyan. So one method of starting a baseline is to copy and paste the result from an executed ping, trace, or other relevant command, no, in a text file. So this text file daw can be timestamped with the date and saved into an archive for a later retrieval and comparison. Among items to consider, no, are error messages and response times, no, from host to host. Corporate network should have extensive baseline, no, na mas marami pa, no, than we can describe daw dito sa course na ito. Meron kasing mga professional grade software tools, no, na gumagawa ng ganyan. Kaya lang may mga bayad 'yun. Host and iOS commands. So sa Windows 10 daw, you can access the IP address detail from the network and sharing center to quickly view the 4 important settings, no, yung IP address, subnet mask, gateway, DNS server address. Or you can issue in an ipconfig command. Use the /all command, no, to view the MAC address as well as the number of details regarding layer 3 addressing of the device. If a host daw, no, is configured as DHCP client, the IP address configuration can be renewed using release, no? /release, ibig sabihin, tatanggalin natin ito, magsi-00 yan. ipconfig /renew, your computer will try to request an IP address again, no, doon sa ating DHCP server. The DNS client service on Windows PC also optimizes the performance of the DNS name resolution, no, by storing previously resolved name in memory. So if you want to view, no, yung mga previously resolved name, ipconfig /display DNS. So check na natin. Bukas muna tayo ng PC, no? So sa Windows lang naman kasi yung command na yun, yung ipconfig /display DNS. So let's try to kung pwede rin tayo mag-ping, no, instead of using web browser to type URL. Ping www.net or cisco.com, ipconfig /display DNS. Could not display DNS resolver cache. Display DNS. Try nga natin kung yan ay gagana kapag tayo ay ma-access ng web browser. Yan, so kailangan pala umaccess ng kailangan natin umaccess ng browser, no? So DNS Google. So kulang ito. Anyway, on the background kasi kumo-connect rin yung ating computer on Google, no? So at least dito may nakikita tayong mga kinokontak niyang mga pangalan, no, or mga website. So pwede i-clear yan, no, using flash DNS. Yan. Minsan nangyayari, no, sa Windows, okay naman na nakakapag-browse tayo ngayon, no, maya-maya susubukan natin, ayaw na, no, nagkakaroon ng problema pagpunta sa website. Sometimes itong command na to, no, yung ipconfig flash DNS, nakakapag-solve ng problema na yun. Maybe, no, dahil ito ay nagko-consume din naman kasi ng memory, no, siguro ito ay pre up, no, ng RAM, no, kaya minsan na re-resolve yung problema natin, no, doon sa display ng ating website. So sa Linux, no, may mga commands tayo, ifconfig or IP address show, no. Depende kasi yan sa vendor, no, or sa vendor, sa distro na ginagamit natin or distribution. The Linux IP, IP address is used to display address and their properties. It can also be used to add or delete IP address. On the command line daw, use ifconfig command, no, to display that the status of the currently active interface and their IP configuration. So the output displayed daw may vary depending on the Linux distribution. So sa Mac, ganito yung command, no? Although hindi kasi ako gumagamit ng Mac OS, no? So if you have a Mac OS, then you can try this command. So yung ARP command can be used din to get information regarding sa resolved IP to MAC address, no? Or IP to MAC address. Some of the show commands, no, that you can use to gather information, no, to create baseline, yung mga ganyan. Show running config, interfaces, and so on, no? So meron din tayong CDP command, no? Usually yung CDP protocol or Cisco Discovery Protocol ay naka-enable by default, no, sa device. So check na natin dito, no? Pagka nag-show CDP neighbor ako, makikita ng aking router 1 si S1, no? Si S1 daw ay connected sa local interface na gig 00. So yan daw pong S1 ay capable of routing and switching, no? Tapos ang kanyang physical interface na ginagamit to connect to our router G00 din, no? Useful din yan, kaya ang delikado yan, yung CDP na yan. Sa mga later course natin, di-discuss natin, no? CDP provides the following information about each CDP neighbor device. Yan, yung device identifier, the configured host name of a switch, router, or other device. Address list, up to one network layer address for each protocol supported. Port identifier, the name of the local and remote port in the form of ASCII character string, no, such as past Ethernet 00. Capability, no, whether a specific device is a layer 2 switch or layer 3 switch. Platform, the hardware platform of the device. The show CDP neighbor details command will reveal the IP address of the neighboring device. So, tingnan natin. Show CDP neighbor details. IP address of the switch ito. Sa VLAN 1, no? The show IP interface brief command, one of the most frequently used command, no? This command now provides a more abbreviated output than the show IP interface command. It provides a summary of the key information for all network interfaces on the router. troubleshooting methodologies, no? So meron tayong 6 steps daw, no? Identify the problem, so again, meron tayong 6 steps, no? For basic troubleshooting approaches. So identify the problem, no? So this is the first step in the troubleshooting process, although tools can be used, no? In this step, a conversation with the user is often very useful, no? Or helpful. Step number 2, establish a theory of probable causes, no? After the problem daw is identified, try to establish a theory of probable causes, no? Ano ba yung nag-cause ng ganitong problem, no? So this step often yield more than a few probable causes to the problem. Possibly marami, no? Maraming pwedeng dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng ganong problem. And then test the theory. Test the theory to determine causes. Based on the probable causes, test your theories to determine which one is the cause of the problem. A technician may apply a quick fix, no, to test and see if it solved the problem. If a quick fix does not correct the problem, you might need to research, no, the problem further to establish the exact cause. Establishing a plan of action and implement the solution. So after you have determined the exact cause of the problem, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Verify solution and implement preventive measures, no? After you have corrected the problem, verify full functionality if applicable. So implement preventive measures. Document findings, action, and outcomes, no? In the final step of the troubleshooting process, document your findings, no? Action and outcome. So this is very important, no, for future reference. So sometimes daw, no, hindi kaya ng ating power, no, yung problema. So minsan kailangan nating i-escalate yan sa higher level. Kunyari tayo ay Network Operations Center Engineer level 1. Hindi kaya ng ating job description, or hindi rin natin talaga kaya kung yung i-solve yung problem, then escalate natin sa susunod na NOC level, no? Yan. So in some situation though, it may not be possible to resolve the problem immediately. A problem should be escalated, no, when it requires a manager decision. Some specific expertise or network access level unavailable, no, to the troubleshooting technician. A company policy should clearly state, no, when and how a technician should escalate a problem. Of course, no, hindi lahat laging i-escalate, no. Kunyari kabibigay lang sa iyo ng task, no, hindi mo naman ginawa, tapos gusto mo i-escalate, na hindi po pwede 'yun. Kailangan pag-aralan mo muna maigi. So the debug command. So the iOS debug command allows the administrator to display OS process, protocol, mechanism, and event messages in real time for analysis. All debug commands are entered, no, in the privileged exec mode. So yung Cisco iOS allows for narrowing, no, the output of the debug to include only relevant features, no, or sub-feature. Use the debug command or commands only, no, to troubleshoot a specific problem. To list a brief description, no, of all debugging command, use debug question mark. turn off the specific debugging features, add no, yan, no debug something, ano. Sige, try natin. So, maglagay tayo ng ano, debug IP ICMP. Tapos try natin mag-ping. Subukan mo natin no debug na. No debug IP ICMP. Ping 1.1. Yung nakita natin, no? Reply lang, ano? Kung nag-debug tayo, tapos nag-ping tayo. Yan, nakita nyo yung real-time event, no? Kung paano nakarating or yung real-time event, no? Ng palitan ng information between our R1 and switch 1. So marami pang protocol available, no? Diyan sa debug. Madadaanan naman natin sa mga susunod na na course, no? So, terminal monitor. Configure muna natin yung telnet KR1, no? Tapos line BTY 0 to 4 password. Tapos doon tayo sa switch. So, ping muna natin. Or telnet na tayo. Telnet. Yan. So, Cisco Tel PA55. So, halimbawa dito, ipiping ko si ano. Ping 192.168.1.2. Okay. So dito nakikita nyo yung debug, ano, sa kabila. Pero dito hindi nyo nakikita yung output ng debug. Okay. So pwede natin siyang configure, no, yung terminal, ano, yung terminal monitor. Or mali ako, no, dito. Tapos so dito ako sa switch, remoting R1, nag-type ng terminal monitor para yung debug din ay nag-output din sa atin, no? Yan. Yun yung purpose nun, eh. So debug and certain other iOS message output is not automatically displayed on the remote connection. So this is because lag messages are prevented from being displayed, no, on BTY line. To display lag messages on the terminal or virtual console, use the terminal monitor privilege exec command. To stop lagging messages, no, on a terminal, use the terminal no monitor. Kung gusto natin turn off. Again, ping tayo. Troubleshooting scenario. So duplex operation and mismatch issues, ano? So interconnecting Ethernet interfaces must operate in the same duplex mode for best communication performance to avoid inefficient and latency, no, on the link. Usually hindi naman dapat magkaroon ng duplex mismatch, eh. Minsan kasi nagagalaw yung ano, eh, nagagalaw yung interface ng kunyari Windows or ng Linux, tapos pinapalitan ng half duplex ng user. So the Ethernet auto negotiation feature facilitates configuration, minimizes problem, and maximizes link performance between two interconnecting Ethernet link. Yan kasi yung default auto negotiation. The connected devices first announce their supported capabilities, then choose the highest performance mode supported by both ends. If one of the two connected devices is operating in full duplex and the other is operating in half duplex, duplex mismatch occurs. While data communication will occur through a link with a duplex mismatch, link performance will be very poor. So duplex mismatches are typically caused by misconfigured interfaces or, in rare instances, by a failed auto negotiation. So duplex mismatches may be difficult to troubleshoot as the communication between devices is still occur. IP addressing issues on Cisco iOS devices. Two common causes of incorrect IPv4 assignment are manual assignment mistakes or DHCP-related issues. Network administrator often have to manually assign IP addresses to devices such as servers and routers. If a mistake is made during assignment, then communication issues with the device are very likely to occur. On iOS device daw, use the show IP interface or show IP interface brief command to verify what IP addresses are assigned to the network interface. On Windows-based machine, when the device cannot connect or contact a DHCP server, Windows will automatically assign an IP addressing belonging to automatic private IP addressing. A computer with an APIPA will not be able to communicate with other devices in the network because those devices will most likely not belong to 169.254. Take note, other operating systems such as Linux OS X do not use APIPA. If the device is unable to communicate with the DHCP server, then the server cannot assign an IP address for the specific network and the device will not be able to communicate. Yan, to verify IP address assignment, ipconfig lang naman. Default gateway issues. The default gateway for an end device is the closest networking device belonging to the same network as the end device that can forward traffic to other network. If a device has an incorrect, non-existent default gateway address, it will not be able to communicate with devices in the remote network. Similar to IPv4 addressing issues, default gateway problem can be related to misconfiguration. In the case of manual assignment or DHCP problem, if automatic assignment is in use. To verify the default gateway on the Windows-based computer, use ipconfig command or on a router, use the show IP route to list the routing table. Troubleshooting DNS issues. It is common for a user to mistakenly relate the operation of an internet link to availability of the DNS. Kasi nga host unresolved, parang ganun yung nakikita natin sa web browser. So DNS server addresses can be manually or automatically assigned by the DHCP server. Although it is common for companies or organizations to manage their own DNS server, any reachable DNS server can be used to resolve names. Kagaya daw po ng yung Cisco, or yung 8.8.8 ni public Google DNS. You can use the ipconfig/all para makita ko ano yung DNS server na naka-configure, or you can use nslookup command to troubleshoot troubleshooting tools for PC. With nslookup, a user can manually place DNS queries and analyze the DNS response. Okay, so that's all yung covered ng module na ito. So please review yung mga previous topic natin in order to prepare for final exam ng Cisco 1. I hope itong video na to kahit paano ay nakatulong sa inyo to understand yung mga topic. Again, thank you ulit, for listening and viewing.